Now, in the interest of full disclosure, DJI have not paid me, sponsored me in any way to make this video. My opinions are entirely my own. Now, I haven't paid for the DJI Action 2, but that's because it's not available for order yet, but I'm pretty sure I will be paying for it when it comes up for order later in this week. Secondly, yes, I need a makeover, but we've just come out of lockdown and my hairdresser can't see me for several weeks, I think. So, getting on to the DJI Action 2. It's a tool for a job, and what they've done is to make it a tool for several jobs, which is pretty smart. They've combined some of the best attributes of the GoPro range, of the Insta360 Go 2, and of the Insta360 One series of cameras, but they've improved on it significantly. And one of the key differences is that the modular design of the Insta360 cameras is only kind of semi-modular. If you take the lens portion, it doesn't actually do anything on its own. Now, the clever thing with the Action 2 is that the lens part does work. It works like a Insta360 Go 2. You can video a limited amount of footage onto its 32GB card. It's got its own built-in modest capacity battery. It's got a screen, which the Go 2 does not have. And now that does make it a bit bigger, but nonetheless it's going to be small enough to be able to pop in your pocket, whip out when the moment arises for a quick shoot, or if you want to put it in an unusual location, fix it around your neck with a battery lanyard, do all those things, and it's fully functional. Now, some people who bought the Go 2, and I had one myself but till it was destroyed in an accident, the Go 2 is fine for a tool for a particular job, but if you want it to do the same job as the GoPro range of cameras, it doesn't really work. The limited memory, limited battery life, overheating problems, which of course GoPros don't have. All of these things mean that if you want a GoPro, you need to buy a GoPro, not a Go 2. However, the Action 2 will enable you to connect the camera unit to a larger screen unit, which provides for an SD card, larger battery, and as far as I can understand it, it'll have the same mic array as on the Pocket 2 camera, which is best of class when it comes to small camera sound. So there, straight away, you've got, for the one system, you've got two distinct uses possible. It will be wonderful if they provide for the means to copy from the internal battery of the for the internal memory of the Action 2 onto the SD card in the screen add-on portion. That remains to be seen, but that would mean that if you go away for several weeks, you don't have to take a laptop or something to get the footage off the standalone bit, off the standalone memory, in order to refill it. Yeah, you can use phones for that kind of purpose and so forth, but it's a bit slow and cumbersome. You need a phone with a good amount of memory and so forth. So please, DJI, do include that. Maybe that's your first feature request. Anyway, those are my immediate thoughts on this device. Is that it's incredibly flexible. It ticks a lot of boxes for the various standalone parts. Put them all together, add even an extra battery, and you've got a pretty clever system. I'm a bit troubled about the vertical format, because that will mean it certainly won't work on a gimbal. I'm shooting this with an Osmo Action 1 attached to a Falcon gimbal, but maybe with its proper horizon leveling feature, this will mean you won't need a gimbal at all. Although horizon leveling isn't quite the same as a gimbal, but anyway, this for me was one of the big drawbacks with the Action 1, was lack of horizon leveling. Really meant that for the kind of uses I make of a camera, a gimbal was pretty essential. Also, the sound on the Action one isn't that good. I'm using it with a little microphone attached. So the promised extra functionality in the sound department of the Action 2 really is to be welcomed. So there's my thoughts. I see it as a brave and innovative departure. They're not trying to sell you another GoPro. GoPro are very good for GoPros. They're not trying to sell you a Go 2 because it's a much more extensive system than that. It really brings together a whole lot of different features and makes the most of them. Do let me have your comments below, and I look forward to seeing you at the launch on, I think it's Wednesday. Cheers.